Hello and welcome to Launerin's Gamer Score, and welcome to Warhammer 40,000 Inquisitor Martyr. Or if you want the shortened version, the new Warhammer game. Warhammer 40k, Inquisitor Martyr, whatever you want to call it. This game's recently come out, I think a couple of weeks ago. I've only just got round to playing it, so we're going to take a look at it. So let's jump right in. So first things first, we've got to create our character. Okay, so do I want to be a psyker or a magic user if you're not familiar with Warhammer terminology? Crusader just appears to be heavy weapons and things like that. And then you've got the assassin, so that'd just be kind of a more stealthy approach to do things, I would imagine. But my playstyle is Crusader. Let's see. I think tactical. Yeah, tactical's probably more my style. Although I might go back and try the others at a later point. And we will go for story mode. My name is Launerin, so let's jump in. Nice little bit of backstory for those not familiar with the Warhammer universe, which is a little bit
Inquisitor's
nice.
log. Classified report. Scheduled for later transmission. I am closing on the source of the inquisitorial distress signal I was assigned to investigate. The coordinates I received from the Caligari Conclave led me to a desolate system. There were many delays during the journey. The intensity of the Caligari warp surges is beyond anything I've experienced. These anomalies are spreading through the subsector like a tidal wave. The distress signal has an ancient encryption used by the Holy Orders. It is authentic, but extremely old. The signal is coming from a battered fortress monastery that was likely spat from the warp when the tide of the surges swept through the sector. There is no response to our hailing signals.
Inquisitor, this is your captain speaking. I'm still trying to hail the monastery, but I get no response.
The hull looks intact, though. I think it was simply abandoned a very long time ago.
Then what do you expect to find over there?
Something that once belonged to the Inquisition. And lots of empty halls.
Sounds exciting. I've instructed your pilots to land on the hangar deck.
Stand by and wait for my signal.
Inquisitor, the automatic defense system has been activated. The turrets are attacking you. Do you...
Captain. Do you copy? Captain Van Winter, can you hear me? Strange. Vox communication is jammed and I can't use my teleporter device. Something must be disturbing my signal. I will record everything in my audio log, in case I don't return. Inquisitorial log, new entry. While attempting to dock in the hangar of an unknown fortress monastery, my transport took heavy fire. I suspect the automatic weapon systems were activated, but I don't yet know why. The transport has been destroyed, along with my equipment. My pilot is dead. I will pray for him later. Interesting. Mindless servitors were created for menial tasks, but having a flesh drone just for operating the door seems excessive. Open the door! An ancient cogitator. Let's see if the tech prayers still hold. It might have information about this place.
Guess not.
Just as I suspected. It's a pile of rust. At least I found some interesting diagnostics. I should check all the cogitators on the ship for other details. New log entry. I have found some human remains. The time of death seems recent. I don't like the look of the marks on the bodies. Something killed them with mindless brutality.
Oh dear, that does not sound good at all.
Oh, yes. The perfect weapon to deliver the Emperor's justice. Creature of chaos. Can you withstand my faith? An ancient Imperial ship infested by chaos. So be it. Let's cleanse the taint then.
Aha.
Reloading. New log entry. I have found a room tainted by the filth of the chaos. There is also a tech priest maintenance shrine with a functioning cogitator. It could contain information on how I could turn off the Vox jammer. found new information. There is an emergency cogitator nearby where I could turn off the jamming signals. Open the door!
It is in the walls now. Everywhere. Taint. In the machines.
By the Emperor! What foul abomination is this?
There.
Talking servitor. It might be mind-locked, but this is still unusual. Well met, heretics. It is time for you to die.
Okay. Oh. Okay, so if I look at cover, okay, so you can move from cover to cover quite easily. Now that I've actually got a chance to test out how to do that. Oh, and here's the cogitator.
Finally, that's the cogitator that will disable the jammer. I couldn't turn off the teleportation jammer, but the Vox should be fine now. Captain Van Winter, can you hear me?
Inquisitor, finally. I thought we'd lost you.
It would have been quite convenient for you, I suppose.
Trust me, I'm on your side. I'm not saying I don't want my ship back, but who would clear my name if you died in battle?
Your loyalty is quite admirable, Captain.
Our augurs have picked up a Vox signal not far from your location. It is transmitting on an Imperial channel. It could be important.
I'm on my way there.
There we are. So the map overlay system's quite good. You can have the map open in front of you. It's quite easy to see where you are and where you're going and things like that. As for the gameplay itself, I'm quite enjoying it. I've completed the first tutorial mission. So it would appear that the ship has been tainted with chaos, particularly Nurgle by the looks of things. For those of you not familiar with... Oh, cutscene. I'll carry on in a minute.
By the Emperor.
What have you found down there, Inquisitor?
Some unlucky members of an Imperial retinue. This is a shrine, dedicated to the ruinous powers. Somebody really wants his dark wishes to be fulfilled.
In other words, there's something on that ship, that requires human sacrifice. Wonderful.
So, as I was saying, they appear to be dedicated to Nurgle, which is the god of disease and pestilence, essentially. So not really good. Some regular enemies up ahead. Yeah, it's all very kind of horrible and grimy and rotting and things like that, which does scream Nurgle to me. Credits, I presume I'll use those later on. So far it doesn't look, it's very linear. There's not really, it's not really a case of if you go off and explore, like for example down here, normally when there's a little passageway kind of thing that leads off like that, there's usually like extra loot at the end of it in some games. At the moment, at least, that's not the case. Okay, so as it turns out, when you use the automatic feature of, what's this? Ooh,
Yes, a grenade. Enemies of the Emperor, I'll blast you to smithereens.
L2 for the grenade. No! Okay, well I know how to use it now. So, yeah, when you use the full automatic on the auto gun, it actually sends you walking backwards to deal with the
Reloading.
recoil on it, which is quite a nice touch, I think.
A proper welcome committee at last. That grenade could be useful now.
How could it? Well, that could have been fun to use earlier on. Never mind. Right. Let's bring up my mini-map. There's a passageway off to the left. Let's have a look what's up here, shall we? Oh. Ah, so the Martyr, by the looks of things, is a ship.
I have found a corpse of an Imperial soldier. I'll take his data slate. It could contain a recording that could shed some light on what happened here.
Oh dear. Well, that's not good. That, if I'm not mistaken, is a Hell Brute. Basically a big machine causing much death for those who are not familiar with the Warhammer universe.
I found the...
What? Did you just say that there was a dead space marine down there?
He must have been a member of that unlucky Imperial reconnaissance team I found.
Oh dear.
Allow me to clarify that. You only found pieces of them. So it'll be just you against something that tore apart one of the mightiest champions of the Imperium.
Don't jump to conclusions just yet, Captain. It could easily be more than one creature.
So again, for those not familiar with the Warhammer universe and stuff like that, essentially Space Marines are like the elite of the elite, as it were. And essentially, if you want to purge a planet, you would probably send maybe a squad of 10 kind of thing. You don't need a legion of Space Marines, which is why having one Space Marine in a squad full of just the normal guardsmen is perfectly fine, because the guardsmen will just support the Space Marine, and the Space Marine will just walk up to anything and smash it in the skull. And then you've got the Inquisitors, which is what I am, and they're basically the more elite Space Marines. I'm not 100% on those details, because I'll be honest, I'm kind of rooting for the other side in this game, with Warhammer 40k in mind. I play as Chaos and Aliens and things like that. I don't actually play as Space Marines, but I've heard nothing but good things about this game, so I thought I would try it out. Whoa. And, well, Space Marines as a whole are quite big-headed. As for the, there might be something down there that could tear a Space Marine apart. No, it might be more than one creature, but that doesn't bother me, because I am an Inquisitor. I shall tear whatever it is a son. Oh, dear.
Come at me, creatures! Come at me!
Right. So, as I was saying, it would appear that this is Nurgle's doing down here. And these little things are called Nurglings. And they're really easy to kill, really squishy, but can be quite annoying at times. Let's just go and have a look, see if there's anything worth investigating over here. That's quite a nice touch. Because normally when you have a block, unless I'm going through there in a bit or something, but normally when you have a blocked off area in the game, normally it'd just be kind of black on the opposite side. Whereas in this, let's just see if it's the same the other side. Oh, that's might be the way that I've got to go in a minute.
Team Sigma, this is Chaos Thorn speaking. Team Sigma, come in.
I'm afraid Team Sigma won't be responding anytime soon.
What? Who are you, and what are you doing there? Taking a stroll on the decks? By the Emperor!
Mind your manners. I am an Inquisitor, and I don't tolerate...
An Inquisitor? About bloody time. I thought your lord had followed Lord Klosterheim into the Dark Zone. Listen, we're under heavy attack in the control room, so I'd appreciate it if you could join us while we deliver the Emperor's will until our most triumphant death. Thorn out.
New
Well,
log
there we
entry.
go.
I established connection with someone from an Imperial expedition on the ship, but he is clearly confusing me with someone else.
So yeah, I think I've spoken a little bit too soon. In the way of they've done something nice with the closed end, but never mind. Right, so we're going to make our way to the control room. Okay, so that was the first couple of missions of Warhammer 40k Inquisitor Martyr. I'm going to leave it there for now. I'll probably carry on playing the game anyway and see how the game plays elsewhere, but I'm enjoying it so far. We've needed a good 40k game for a while now, so hopefully this will continue to impress me. Otherwise, thank you very much for watching. Please like, share and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time.